how to optimize your mind for maximum performance and maximum happiness as a man. In prior videos of this series, I talked about how to optimize your body and optimize your hormones. And so now in this video, I'm going to get out of the realm of the physical and into the realm of the mind, because that's kind of important too. If you are stressed out all the time, or pissed off all the time, or unfocused and you're easily distracted all the time, it's going to be very hard, if not impossible, to be an effective man, to focus on your work and get your work done and be happy while you're work and be happy while you're not working. So this is not just about productivity. This is also about happiness, because you want both, right? You want to be a productive guy and you want to be a happy guy. That's the whole point of life. I've written about that in my books. For example, I could sit down with you personally, one-on-one, and teach you every dating technique that I have, and every relationship management technique that I have, and every business technique that I have. But if you have a completely uncontrolled mind, if you're pissed off, if you're angry, if you're stressed out, if you're depressed, if you're distracted easily, if you're spastic and hyper, none of that is going to help you, because your brain won't let you. You've got to get your mind on your side, just like you need to get your body on your side. So right now, I'm going to give you 5 things that you need to do to optimize your mind. I do all 5 of these things all the time. I become a master at these things, and that's why I live such a great life, and I'm such a happy guy. Item number 1, top of the list. I've talked about this a lot. Mission, your personal mission. I talk about this, The Unchained Man, at alphamalebook.com. That book is only $7 for the PDF version. I have an entire chapter in there on how to develop a life mission. A mission is why you live. It's why you work. It's why you get up in the morning. It is something of great meaning and value to you that you can never accomplish, because a mission is not a goal. A mission is not, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to make $100,000 a year, or I want to have sex with 100 women. These are goals. These occur, they happen, and then they're done. A mission is something for the rest of your life. Why do you live? Why do you work? What is the meaning behind what it is that you do in your life? Missions are difficult, and if you're under the age of 30, you don't have to worry about your mission. Just think about this and just kind of think about some overall purpose stuff in your life. You don't need to worry about your mission yet until you hit 30. But if you are age 30 or over, you need to sit down and develop a mission. A mission gives you direction in life. It gives you purpose and meaning in life. And everything else you do in your life, everything else you think about your life, is directed towards your mission. This is how I've operated now for several decades. It's wonderful when you have a very well thought out mission. Developing a mission is difficult. It's hard. It takes time. Please get my book, The Unchained Man, if you don't have it yet. alphamalebook.com. Buy it. It's $7. You can afford $7. Read the chapter on mission. It gives you specific exercises on how to develop your own mission. Men with missions live longer, make more money, get more sex, and are happier than men who have no missions. And that would be the vast majority of men have no mission. No wonder men today are stressed out and angry and pissed off and bored or depressed or what have you. They have no direction in life. They might have goals, but they don't have a mission. Why is a mission important if you have goals? Caleb, I have goals. I don't need a mission. Because what'll happen is either you won't accomplish the goals because you didn't put enough meaning behind the goal, number one, most likely, or less likely, but it happens, you'll achieve the goal, but then have nothing else. Lots of men have run into this. I ran into this in my early 30s. I accomplished every goal I set for myself by the time I was in my late 20s. And I went, well, now what? And I floundered for years because I had no purpose other than make money and marry a pretty girl and have 2 kids and all that other stupid bull crap that society trains you to do. You need to have mission. You need to have meaning behind your goals. Then you'll never have that problem. When you hit that goal, you'll set a new goal to move forward in your mission. You can never accomplish your mission because it's not a goal. So do what you need to do to develop your mission. If you're over the age of 30, if you're under the age of 30, just give some thought to it. But realize when you hit 30, you better develop a mission. Number 2, always operate based on goals that are written down. This should be a no-brainer at this point, but I'm shocked and amazed at the number of men who still don't do this. You should have, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, if you're watching this video, you should have at least 2 or 3 goals written down that you are working on right now. Maybe not literally right this second, but in a typical week, you're working on these things. And let me define that clearly. A goal is a specific, usually a quantifiable objective with a specific date on the calendar of when it will be done. I want to make more money is not a goal. I want to be a millionaire really isn't a goal. I want to be rich isn't a goal. I want to be married to the perfect woman is not a goal. Here's a goal. I make $100,000 a year, location independent in pre-tax net profit. And I will make this by December 31st, 2024. That is a goal. That's how this works. If you have no goals, God help you. The amount of data we have on men with goals versus men who don't have goals is staggering in terms of the amount of success these men have. You must have goals. You don't need too many. As a matter of fact, I recommend you don't have a lot. I don't think you should have more than 10 goals. I have about 4 or 5 that I write down in this book right over here every morning. And I have affirmations on those goals and various other things. But I always, since I was in my early 20s, have operated based on goals. Quantifiable, number-based, specific objectives with specific calendar due dates on them. Well, Caleb, what if you don't hit your goal? I miss my goals all the goddamn time. 40, 50, 60% of the time, I don't hit my goal. But guess what? That means 40, 50, 60% of the time, I am hitting the goal. And even if I don't hit the goal, I've made massive progress toward that goal that I wouldn't have made without the goal. So even if you don't hit the goals, you've made progress. I have not hit my big physical fitness goal. I've been working on it for over 10 years. I still haven't hit it, but I am in much better physical shape today than I was 13 years ago when I set the goal. So there is still benefit of setting goals even if you don't hit them. Make sure you understand that it's so important. By the way, I do several videos here a week on how to be a long-term free, happy man, dating multiple women at the same time, location-independent income, long-term masculine happiness, being a free man, alpha male 2.0. If you like this stuff, you should subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment on this video, click the notification bell, leave a like on this video. That way you'll get the content for free in the future. The third thing you should do to optimize your mind is affirmations. Now, I know what some of you are going to think, because I used to think this myself. That's bullshit. That's a bunch of woo-woo bullshit. Affirmations don't work. Come on, how stupid. I'm happy. I'm a winner. No, I am not talking about the Hollywood versions of affirmations. And that's usually some loser little guy who stands in his mirror and says, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner, I'm a winner. No. Don't do that. Affirmations have a very specific syntax and a very specific purpose. And there is scientific data, massive data, that shows that when you have affirmations and do them correctly, they do improve your life. This is a core concept of people who win in the Olympics. Affirmations. And when they don't do it, they're less likely to win. An affirmation is a statement of a goal, but without the date, usually without the date. It's stated as if it's already happened. I am worth $10 million. Now, that's a bad example of an affirmation. Here's the best way to do an affirmation. Here's the syntax. It has to start with I am. The words I am. It must start with the word I am. Then you put in an adjective that is positive. Happily, joyfully, easily, relaxedly, whatever you want to do, okay? A happy adjective and then the condition. I am easily making more than $700,000 a year, location dependent after taxes. That's an affirmation. I have about 20 affirmations. About 22 affirmations that I say every day. I've mentioned this before. About 6 days a week. I shout them out loud. They're fucking great. They make me feel good. I literally say them out loud. They're in my phone and I say them out loud. And that's a key point. You read them and you say them out loud. And if you can, you visualize them. That's better, but you don't have to do it. Now, you don't need 27 affirmations. You could do 3 or 4. You could do 5 affirmations, just a few on your main goals. And if you do them every day, it helps direct your mind and it gives your mind a direction. We are men. We are heat-seeking missiles. We need direction. When we don't have direction, we do shit like masturbate and watch Netflix and play video games and smoke weed all day. You need direction. It's critical, and that's what affirmations will do for you. And they do work. It's not bullshit. Number 4, meditation. This is huge. The reason you need meditation is because we live in an environment and a society where attention spans are as low as they've ever been. It's very hard to focus on things, isn't it? And the reason it's hard to focus on something is you don't have any practice focusing on something, and that's what meditation does. It trains your mind to focus. What I do Every morning, 5-6 days a week, as I sit down, I do transcendental meditation, which is the hardest form of meditation you can do. I don't recommend it if you've never tried it before. But what I do is I sit down, I have a certain procedure I run through in my mind quietly. My eyes are closed. I put headphones in with white noise so I can't hear anything outside. And I have a mantra. I can't tell you what the mantra is. It's a strange sounding word that doesn't mean anything. And I say it over and over and over and over again. And I focus on the mantra and nothing else. And I do that for 20 minutes. Most human beings can't do that. They can't do it for 2 minutes, much less 20, because they don't know how to focus on anything because they don't fucking meditate. The easiest way to meditate, if you're an absolute beginner, is to sit down quietly, close your eyes, put something over your ears if you hear outside noises, okay? And just count your breathing. In 1, out 2, in 3, out 4. Just count, and you count to 10, and then you go back to 1. And that's it. And focus on the number and focus on your breath. And don't focus on anything else. When another thought comes in, you just say, no, thank you, and you shove it aside, and you go back to thinking about the number or your breath. Thoughts will come in. That is normal. The goal is not to have no distracting thoughts. The goal is to refocus back on the number and the breathing. That's the best way to do this. If you do this for literally 5 minutes a day just to get started, you will notice a difference. There is scientific data that shows even if you meditate for 2 or 3 minutes, you'll get some benefit. And my suggestion would be to work up to 20 minutes a day, because that's what I do. 20 minutes, you're good to go. Some people do this twice a day, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon. I don't go quite that far, but I do meditate, because that way I want my brain on my side. I want my brain to know and be accustomed to focusing on one task and not getting distracted. You will have an edge over other men in the dating market and the business market if you meditate, because men don't do this, do they? Number 5, and this is another woo-woo thing that I thought was woo-woo for many years until I realized it wasn't and saw the data behind it. Mindfulness. What does that mean? This is a very big topic. I can only give you the surface level stuff in this video. Mindfulness is remembering to live in the moment, to focus on the moment, to remember where you are, to get into your body. You can do things like remember the balls of your feet. That's the easiest way to do this, is remember, think about right now, the balls of your feet. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. And suddenly you're centered and then you're here. 99% of your thoughts are going to be stuff that happened before or stuff that's going to happen in the future. It's not stuff that's happening right this second. Even if you're working on something, your mind will wander. You want to be mindful and focused here. I was in Hong Kong for a mindfulness course several years ago. It was very interesting. What they did is they took the class and they said, okay, we're going to flash different words on a screen really quick. And it's going to be literally a second. And I want you to write them all down. And they said, ready, set, go. We watched and we quickly wrote them down. And only 2 people in the class were able to write down all 10. I think I wrote down about 4 or 5 of them. And they also did it with some numbers too. And they interviewed the class at the end. And the 2 women who were able to write down all 5 were regularly practicing mindfulness and meditation techniques. And I wasn't. Again, big topic. Do your own research on this. I'm really not an expert in mindfulness, even though I do it. So I would suggest you do your own research on this, but that is number 5 in terms of getting your brain optimized. In addition to optimizing your brain, you should also optimize your hormonal panel, your testosterone, estradiol, things like that. I discussed that in this video right there. You should watch that video, and I'll see you in that video.